Good morning and welcome to this edition of the Center of It All. Hopefully we could keep your Sunday off to a great start. To do that, it's time for me to introduce your new co-host for the Center of It All, Alicia Facer. Alicia, thank you so much for accepting our job offer.
Of course, thank you so much for offering to me. I'm really excited to be here.
Well, we're excited to have you. I know the viewers, they were getting sick and tired of seeing my face on back-to-back shows here on Sunday morning. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm from Lewisburg, Pennsylvania, so it's a little bit over an hour from here. And I was born and raised in that town, lived there my entire life, so not too far from here, but actually never made it up to State College a whole lot. So I'm pretty excited to be able to work and join the community here.
Well, we are going to be happy and excited to integrate you into the Center Pennsylvania region down in the Blair County, Somerset, Johnstown area. Now, a lot of people would think maybe you stayed local in Pennsylvania to go to college, but that's not the case with you.
No, growing up in the same town, I kind of wanted to experience something a little bit further, so I went 2,000 miles away, and I went to Utah State University, and I was there for about 4.5 years while I studied broadcast journalism. And then I didn't want to live in the West Coast, I wanted to live in the East, so I moved back home for the past couple months while I was job hunting.
Utah. That is pretty far away. I mean, you really got out of the house when you got out of the house. Am I right?
Yeah, I did.
Now, lighthearted journalism that we do here on the Center of It All, what stories are you looking to bring to the viewers in Central Pennsylvania?
So one thing that I like to focus on was really community-based and how the community is helping people. And so that's something that I did out at school a lot. I worked with humane centers out there and nonprofit organizations and just kind of wanted to bring to light the things that people in the community were doing instead of the hard, fast news that most news stations cover.
Well, you are in the right place. That is what we aim for. In fact, later on in the show, of course, we've introduced it recently, the pet of the show, that'll be coming up later. What else interesting facts do you have about that maybe the viewers would say, oh, wow, that's cool?
Just a little bit. I guess I played soccer since I was 5, so I played intramural sports out at USU. I wasn't on the team or anything, just kind of for fun. A major activity that's really only out west is slacklining. I don't know if you guys know what it is here, but basically you tie like an inch of rope between 2 trees and you walk across it like tightrope walking.
Gotcha.
And so it's really difficult, but we did that a lot out west and I actually got pretty good at it. I try to snowboard. That's part of the reason I went out to Utah, was to learn to snowboard, and I can do it standing on my feet for the most part. I do slide on the mountain on my butt some, but I'm still learning, so just a lot of outdoorsy things, especially out west with the mountains and hiking and things like that. There's a lot to do. Outdoors,
you're in a great place, so if you have an outdoor story, definitely contact Alicia here at the Center of It All. What are you most looking forward to? Is it finally your first job in the business, or what?
Yeah, I mean, this is exciting. My first job right out of college, and being in State College really, I think, helps amp that up a little bit because I haven't been up here a whole lot, and so it's great to be so close to home and so close to something that's right in the middle of Pennsylvania and be able to work, and I have a feeling I'm going to get pretty good at navigating myself around here.
Well, we hope you get pretty good at navigating. I tend to get lost a little bit myself, but I'm too proud to ask for directions. I just trust I'm always going to end up on my story. But you're here. We're ready to go. We're ready to get this first show on the road. So what do you say we get right to it?
Yeah, let's go ahead and get started.
When we come back on the Center of It All, I don't know if you heard, but State College was feeling the burn recently. Welcome back to the Center of It All. The presidential race is in full swing as voters here in Pennsylvania get ready to head to the polls.
That's right. This past week, Rec Hall actually hosted one candidate looking to make up some ground.
I feel like our viewers have a burning desire to know what went down inside.
How about we just play the clip?
All right. An extensive line began forming around 8 a.m., stretching all the way down past the IST building, all waiting for the burning man. Of course they wanted to talk and share some thoughts.
I just really feel the burn. I was like, why not go see him, hear what he has to say?
Why come in today for the rally when a lot of people would say, I can see what he's going to say on TV?
Well, because it's worth it to feel like a part of the process. I think it's really important to participate as much as it is to just be aware of everything.
Brand loyalty. Even though Bernie Sanders was very present in the civil rights movement and different things like that, he's been doing his job in his state. And we actually have gotten to see, not we, but older African Americans have gotten to see Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton on huger issues. Bernie Sanders was a senator in his state. So we don't know, it's not as public what he was out there doing. So that's one thing, it's brand loyalty.
What do you like about Senator Sanders?
All right, so he's pretty much like says everything that's wrong, and he's like, we're gonna fix it, and he understands that he's gonna have to do a lot to fix it, and not everybody's gonna like it, but he doesn't hide that from anybody.
A great turnout here outside of Rec Hall for a future everyone here believes in. No word on how that future is going to be paid for yet, though. I'm trying to find out.
So you gotta take the money from the people because it's the people's election, so I like that concept. We're gonna have to raise taxes. That's how we're gonna get our money.
Why Bernie? Well, Trump should not be the face of the United States. And Hillary seems like a liar.
I think that she got progressive when it was necessary to get progressive. I don't believe she's always been progressive.
Well, to me, Hillary kind of insults the younger generation. She's trying to like reach our votes in a way that's like through media and like superstars and not like policies. Like, we're not dumb.
Harsh words for the candidates. Hillary's a liar, I'm told.
He just believes in a lot of stuff I do. He's like pro-choice, pro-marijuana, and
Coming to a home near you. Feel the burn. They're being allowed into Rec Hall. A lot of excitement, a lot of buzz. You heard it. We're going to head inside and check out what the burn has to say, baby. Facing a must-win here in Pennsylvania with his best James Franklin pose while on the podium. Sanders jacked the already fired-up crowd as it erupted after every shot he took at his favorite targets, Wall Street and Hillary.
She has a number of super PACs, 15 million from Wall Street. Must be an earth-shattering speech saying, Bernie, we want you to give a speech to Wall Street.
Obviously, most in the crowd enjoyed the 3+ hours in Rec Hall, and they encourage more people to get out no matter what candidate comes to town.
Everybody should try to attend more things like this so that they can actually know what they're believing in instead of just saying, well, I like this idea and I'm just going to stick with this. You should hear both sides and think about it and debate it in your mind and say, okay, this one makes more sense to me and this is what I'm going to go with. And that way you can make a more informed decision as a voter.
However, if you did support another candidate, you were not allowed on the floor.
We were about 30 people deep, so we knew we were going to get a nice spot on the floor. Went through security and everything, and by the time we got to get our wristbands to get on the floor, the campaign informed us that because we supported another candidate that we were prohibited from being on the floor. They either told us we could sit in the corner or we could leave immediately. I was coming here not to protest, but to listen to Bernie and respect his First Amendment right to free speech.
Campaign workers were unavailable for comment, so I couldn't ask.
A political revolution. Thank you all very much.
Always good to have some fun when covering politics, don't you say?
Yeah, you and your politics. I personally just choose to steer clear of it all.
It's an acquired taste, much like myself, but like I say on For the Record, it's important to get out and vote. It's also important to be informed when you do vote.
Very true, but enough with the politics. When we come back on the center of it all, I get my first taste of kitchen encounters. Welcome back to the center of it all. The really warm temperatures recently have me really excited for my favorite season of food, summer.
Alicia, I could not agree more. Summer really does have the best tasting food, especially when it comes on a grill and has a stick going right through it.
I completely agree, and you'll be in for a treat then because Mel is cooking up some sweet and sour shrimp kabobs for us.
Stick it. Well, put a stick in it. Today's topic is kabobs. So choose your weapons carefully, fire up your grills, or get out your grill pans. Because today I'm going to show you how to make my Chinese-inspired sweet and sour shrimp and pineapple skewers. If you've never tasted homemade sweet and sour sauce, be prepared to be wowed, because unless you're eating it in a place that claims to make their own, sadly, it's a concoction of citric acid, corn syrup, and food coloring. Anyone, anywhere, can do better than that in 5 minutes. Starting with a half a cup of water in a bowl, I'm going to add a half a cup of ketchup, half a cup of brown sugar, teaspoon and a half of red pepper flakes, and a mixture of a 1/3 cup of orange juice, rice vinegar, and 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. Just going to stir these all together just to get the brown sugar to dissolve a little bit. I'm going to set this to the side, and I also have 3 tablespoons of minced ginger and a 1/4 cup of water stirred together with some cornstarch. We're going to set all these aside. We're going to make the sauce in a couple minutes, but first we're going to talk about skewering our kebabs. I've been making skewers, shrimp, and the classic pineapple, bell pepper, and onion. Shrimp skewers couldn't be more straightforward. Shrimp is made to be put on a skewer, where the tail hits the meat and into the thickest part of the shrimp. And if you skewer your shrimp this way, you're guaranteed that you're going to be able to flip them over to cook on both sides without them spinning around on the skewer. Vegetable skewers, you can put anything on these you want. I'm starting with a piece of pineapple. That's kind of crooked, so I'm just going to do that again. Piece of pineapple. I use green bell pepper, onion, and red bell pepper. Just push that right through up the middle, as Joe Paterno would say. I'm going to put another piece of pineapple, green bell pepper, onion, red bell pepper onto the skewer. Green, onion, red. Last but not least, piece of pineapple. I'm just going to move these to the back. We're going to take 5 minutes to make our sauce at the stovetop. We're headed out to the grill, and then it's time to eat. The first Chinese immigrants to come to America were the Cantonese. And Canton, China is the home of the famous sweet and sour pork dish that's traditionally eaten on Chinese New Year's. The Cantonese people love bold, bright flavor and fresh ingredients. And sweet and sour sauce is a perfect balance of sugar, vinegar, chili pepper, and ginger. Funny enough, we Americans added the ketchup to it, and don't laugh. The Chinese loved it so much, they adopted it. I've heated 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil in a 1-quart saucepan, and I'm going to add my 3 tablespoons of minced ginger. And I'm going to saute this over medium-high, stirring it really frequently for about 30 to 60 seconds, just till it's really flavorful. You don't want the ginger to start to brown. That's looking really good. Now I'm going to add all of that orange juice, rice vinegar, all the goodness. It's all going into the pan. And I'm going to let that simmer for about 1 minute, maybe 2. This is looking really good. It's been simmering for about a minute. The oil from the chili pepper, this is all really fragrant right now, and I'm going to add my cornstarch water mixture. And I'm going to get this back up to a simmer. And I'm going to let this cook till it's nicely thickened, and it won't take very long, so don't walk away from the stove. Don't take any phone calls right now. Just let this sauce thicken up a minute to a minute and a half. We've got a really nice thick sauce, and it's going to continue to thicken a little bit when I take it off the stove. So I'm going to turn off the heat. I'm going to set it to the back, and I'm going to head out to my grill to start those kebabs. I put the shrimp on one set of skewers and the fruit and veggies on a separate set. Why? Because all proteins, beef, pork, poultry, and seafood, have different cooking requirements. Some cook fast and some cook slow. Some are best served medium rare while others must be fully cooked. Fruits and vegetables, which get grilled to enhance their flavor, only need to be cooked to the desired degree of doneness. For perfectly cooked kebabs, skewer like items together. Everyone loves to eat food on a stick. It's pre-portioned and easy to serve too. So the next time you're planning to use your grill for a picnic or tailgate, stick it! For these and all of my recipes, just go to my website.
That was a really great first tasting of Mel's cooking.
Let me let you in on a secret that all our viewers already know. Everything Mel does is amazing. And by the way, she does take requests. So what is your favorite food?
Mine is any kind of casserole. I'm always looking for new ideas. I love tuna noodle casserole, lasagna, but anything that's quick and easy like that, I'm always up for it.
Well, I have a feeling when we do put that to Mel, she will happily oblige and get that done for you. When we come back here on the Center of It All, it's time for some golf tips from a professional, not myself, and also the pet of the show. Welcome back to the Center of It All. The sun has finally arrived permanently here in central Pennsylvania, so I hope you folks at home are ready to break out the golf clubs.
I know I'm not a golfer, so if your hand-eye coordination is anything like mine, any little tip is going to help.
A lot of people would agree that I do need professional help on the golf course. I'm not talking about the couch. So to get some of those professional tips, let's head on over to the Penn State golf courses.
Thanks, Andrew and Alicia. We're here live at the Penn State golf courses. My name is Matt Bakovich, and I'm a PGA professional here at Penn State, as well as in the PGA Golf Management Department. Today I'm going to give you guys some basic putting tips that'll help with your future golf game. First, we're going to start with how to aim when you're on the green. The first thing you want to do is not aim directly at the hole, but pick a point about halfway between your golf ball and the flagstick. That point is going to serve as the place that you're going to aim your golf ball and your putter face.
My point for this shot is going to be right here, just to the right of the pin.
What that allowed me to do was read the green correctly, follow the break, and put my ball very close to the hole. The second thing we want to talk about is the putting stroke. Unlike our chipping stroke, we're going to have a lot of limited movement. We're basically only going to move our shoulders back and forth. Once we're in our setup, we want to make sure that we keep our wrists still, unlike when we're chipping. We want to make sure we're only moving our shoulders back and forth, kind of like a pendulum. We take the club back and follow through. And finally, guys, here's a great way to practice both that aiming and that putting stroke that we talked about. As you can see, I've lined up 7 golf balls here. Our goal is to putt each one of these golf balls no more than 2 times. This is going to help us eliminate those 3 putts and those bogeys that happen every once in a while on the green. I'm going to line each one of these golf balls up, I'm going to put them at the flag, and we'll see what happens. So you can see I still have 4 golf balls left and a couple potential 1 putts off to my left over here. Our goal is to have no more than 14 putts after we finish this drill. For any additional golf tips, listen to me every Friday at 9:70 a.m. on the Keystone Sports Beat. And finally, for any additional golf questions, see your local PGA professional.
You know, I think after watching that, I'll let you handle the golfing and I'll stick with using my feet for soccer.
Don't be fooled. Feet are very important in golf. You gotta pivot. You gotta have a good base. Don't forget the walking. You're aligned.
All right. Enough with the sports talk. Let's see what 2 dogs we have that could be the newest addition to your family.
Time now for our pet of the show. And once again, we went to Nittany Beagle Rescue to find our 2 celebs right here. And in front of me, I have Sammy and Sam Taylor of Nittany Beagle Rescue. He has Hunter. Sam, tell us a little bit about these awesome dogs.
Well, we've had these two for, I think maybe a little over a month now. They're both about 7 and 8 years old. They're really two loving dogs. They're really friendly, great with kids. We had them at the Wild About Animals a couple weeks ago, and they saw probably over 200 kids, and they were great. Very gentle, love affection. Oh,
and we got
have a guest here.
in here. It's awesome.
They're okay with other dogs.
Always good on television. You see that everybody's being well behaved. Hunter and Sammy, they're excited to get another friend. So
they want to say
you
hi.
Can see they're not barking or anything like that, but this is
They
great.
do want to say hi.
So you can tell that they're very affectionate though, right?
They're very affectionate. They're great with other dogs. They were brought in together and they're in the kennel together, but we don't need to adopt them together, although it would be nice because they do seem to like each other. So they're great with people, great with other dogs. They are about 38 pounds each, so they're a bit bigger for beagles, but they're really sweet. I think they're ready to be couch potatoes and adopted in a good home.
A couch potato is exactly right. Driving over here to the park out here in Zion, they immediately just wanted to hop up on me in the back seat of the car. Such good dogs and everything. Sam, thanks a lot for taking the time to speak with us. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for showing off the dogs here.
Absolutely. And remember, if you can't adopt the dogs, definitely find a way to volunteer or donate to one of our two partners, Nittany Beagle Rescue and Center County Paws.
I am a huge dog lover, and those two were so cute. Hopefully we can find them something in their forever homes.
Absolutely. If you at home have room for 1 or 2 more members of your family, definitely contact Nittany Beagle Rescue or our other partners, Center County Paws. And if you don't have the room or the time, volunteering is always a great way to help out.
Well, that does it for this week's Center of It All. We'll see you guys next time.